Okay, that intro jam was with the Strum, which I much prefer to the BeatBuddy. It was through the Angle and the 212 cab, which I now have a G1275 in with the UK V30 that came out of the Mesa. The UK V30 in the Mesa I thought was horrible, very mid-rangey and ear-piercing. And the UK V30 is different than the China-made V30. There's more mid-range hump in the UK one. Anyway, because the Angle's a little scooped in its nature, I put the UK V30 in there with the G12, which I really like, in there. It's kind of a swamp thing, but not as boomy. And so really good tones out of the Angle. Very happy with that. I used the EVH guitar for that, and then this stuff. And what I have in the Mesa now is a greenback, and I'm really liking that. So, there's love all around. Anyway, let's talk about these two. The BeatBuddy has like 1,000 beats in it or something. It has volume, has drum set variations, and it has tempo control.
Dragging just a hair.
The nice thing is the tempo is on a digital meter so that you know exactly what your beats per minute are. And yet you can stomp on it to get fills. The pedal feels kind of like a, what's that company that makes the cheap pedals? Behringer. It's not real firm sound feeling. And you can transition from one part to the other part. However, what you'll notice is that as you transition, some of the cymbals and hi-hats and things change, but the beat doesn't really change. You still have the same beat, which started driving me nuts pretty quick, because I don't want the same beat throughout my song. I want to vary things. I want to do other things. I want to do things that are different. So the issue I have with the BeatBuddy is it's, a step up from the DR3 Boss for sure. But like the Boss DR3, it's loaded with beats, and out of the 716 beats that are available, I don't like a lot of them. They don't work for what I'm playing. So I'm having to search through and find a beat, and then what am I supposed to do? Write that down? And then try to remember that I like it for the riff I'm playing. But next week I'm going to be on to a new riff or a new phrase or a new something, because that's what I like to do. I like to noodle. I like to be creative. Inspiration. I like to write something and explore it, develop it, and then I'm done and I want to do something else or learn a new song or do whatever. So it drives me a little nuts that all these are in there, and I just keep searching for something, searching, and then I find something that kind of works for me, and which is great. But most of what's in here, I'm not very going to use. Now, you can get other SD card packs, bulk packs. The rock beats are by far my favorite, and I would probably utilize that. Except the rock package extension kit is almost as much as the BeatBuddy. It's another $290, which is ridiculous. One cool thing about this is that you can buy 10 songs from Santana for X amount of dollars. You can buy 10 songs from Dire Straits. You can buy a collection of songs from Stevie Ray Vaughan. And so if you're a performer and you have a list, or you perform a set, then this might really be advantageous for you, because you could document those, you could load them all up on a card, and you would have your set list. So as a performing artist's tool, it's probably phenomenal. Okay, but let's talk about the Sdrum. For the rest of us that would rather have something we can tweak to what we do, that I think the Sdrum really kills. Now, there's another review on YouTube, and it says the sounds on the BeatBuddy are better. I disagree. I think the sounds on the Sdrum are actually better. It also says that this is really hard to work with, and I agree that there's a learning curve, but once you have an idea of how to use it, I think it's very easy to work with. One drawback is that the tempo is not in beats per minute on a little window. So if you were trying to sync it with something else, or trying to utilize two devices that needed to be synced, it might be kind of tough, because the tempo is just by ear, which is fine for what I do. All right, so let's check this out again. Standard rock beat. I laid the same thing down on this. I think it sounds better. It's got tempo. But it really takes whatever you put into it. Now, if you want to make this a little different, which I really like, you can go to a tom roll for part 2, which is phenomenal. You can change your kits on the fly. You can do different things, add hi-hats, add cymbals. They all sound good. It has a fill for you to go over to part 1 or part 2. As you're playing, you do have to do that. You can create a simple beat, a busy beat, get really crazy like that. And when you're done, that was a nice fill. It has that soft out, which is fine, again, for what I do. Now, it does have an extension pedal, the FS3X, and I was going to look that up to see what that did, but that might provide some hard stops or breaks, things like that, which you can also do with the BeatBuddy, with an extension pedal too. That is just a real easy. I think the one I made for my DR3 would probably work. It's just a stereo cord with 2 switches, so that you can do a hard stop and or a break with that. So I really like this. Now, another drawback is in when you teach a guitar. That's for the bass. That's for the... Now, if we were to audition this, it's actually acting really, really good. This is the best I've ever had it operate. Okay, you could hear some misbeats in there. Sometimes your pinky will hear us hit the string, like it is right now. But that's because something is hitting the string. So this is a fun thing, a fun gimmick. It will do something that's not too complicated. You can get away with that. But if you want to do something that's a little harder, then you'll need to use the keypads, which I'm okay doing too. Now, dude on YouTube also said this was really hard. I'm not a drummer, he keeps saying, but you don't need to be a drummer. You're a dang musician. You're a guitar player. So you have a sense of timing and tempo. And you know that beats and notes need their full value. You need to give them their full worth. And so rapping out a beat on this isn't extremely hard as long as you do it within a 4/4 time, or you can go to 3/3 time, 3/4 time, or 4/4 time. But it's not that hard. It's just really easy to use once you understand what you're supposed to do and you deliver those beats within the context of a measure, and you hit that button when you should at the end of your rhythmic measure. All right, and then you've got the verse, the chorus, and then you've got a bridge that you can program with the other stuff. Or not. And this is where I think it really shines, because your tempo is changing, unlike the BeatBuddy that has that same kind of rhythmic tempo throughout the whole thing. With this, you can do breakdowns, you can change kits, you can change tones, you can do whatever you like. You can skip all the way to the bridge, you can skip to the chorus, you can hit it twice for a nice fill. I think it's great. I really like it. Another drawback, which is just a minor pet peeve, is that the verse, chorus, and bridge, you can vary the intensity of the drums in your playback as well. BeatBuddy is going to be constant throughout, but this, you can vary whether the drum sounds come on lighter or thicker, heavier, louder. And it defaults, though, to having the chorus at red. And again, somebody has decided for me what I want, and I don't like that. I don't ever like that. So I wish they were all green, or all yellow, or all red. Yellow's the middle one. Green is light. Green is light, yellow is medium intensity, and red is a lot of intensity. So why wouldn't you have made them all just default to yellow? So every time I write something, I have to go back and change that light to amber so that it's not overly intense, because I want it to just play the same all the way through so far. But that's there if I should want it. And then you can load these songs. There's oodles of banking room within this thing for you to load up your grooves, and that might be part of the switch functioner, or functions of the switch. This is $100. This is like $300. So unless you're really into this, I would go for the Sdrum, or I would just get the little mini BeatBuddy used. It's not as versatile, but if you like a drum machine then that does things for you, sometimes that's a ton of fun. You got Latin beats, you got salsa beats, you got all sorts of beats. But this will do that too. I haven't played around a lot with it, but it will do all that sort of stuff. Now, I'm going to try something. I'm going to show you also, if you want something that's really soft, let's see. Let's rewrite that bridge. So I'm going to wait till it flashes red. That tells me it's ready for a new beat. I'm going to put something in with very few kicks or snares. There's some brush work there. Cool. And I got off on that one thing I missed for a second there. But you get the point. If you don't fill it up with kicks and snares, it will fill in the rest with cymbals of your choice, hi-hats of your choice, brushwork, E-pop, busy or slow, percussive, different kits. You also have this button here that changes your kit. So you have 8 different kits to work with instead of just the 4 or 5 that are listed. This doubles it up. You can change your beat, your timing for bridge and chorus. If you want to break something down and have a song where you're at one kind of timing and then you really slow things down, you can do with this, which you can't do with the BeatBuddy. So for those of you that like to noodle and are just into the creative process and the journey of writing and phrasing and playing over your stuff, the Sdrum is by far the best way to go. All right? Okay. Thanks for watching. We'll talk to you later.